Hello people, how are you? Hopefully feeling great, powerful, energetic, inspired, motivated, and the whole package of good stuff and the positive stuff. This is Ali from Just English, and here today we are going to talk about models of necessity and obligation. So, welcome aboard everyone. I hope you're having a very good day so far, and I hope everyone is good and healthy after the curfew is no more here, so that's amazing for us, I believe. So how is everyone, and how you doing, and how is everything? Mr. Efe, welcome, sir. Welcome. Hi, Mr. Uzgur. Hello. Mr. Eat. Hello. Miss Adanur. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our lesson for today. Today's lesson is easy, simple. It's not gonna be very hard. You just have got, and must. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do exercises. We will try to understand it more, and maybe if you have any questions you can ask, so you can do whatever makes you comfortable. Again, welcome, and how was your day so far? Well, let's say, how was your morning? Yes. I hope you had a good morning. I hope you had all your breakfasts and everything is up to the level of, that energy that we always need from the morning till the afternoon and so on. Hello, Miss Hilal. Welcome. Welcome back. Hi, Miss Gulsafa. Miss Gulsafa, welcome. I'm very good. Thank you for asking. I have a little problem with my running nose in morning, so this is, I don't know, but besides that, I'm perfect. Glad to hear that, Miss Adanur. Glad to see you. Very good. You're welcome. I'm doing very good. Thank you. I have a positivity session in the morning, so now I feel like powerful. Yes. I had my breakfast and I'm energetic and ready for the lesson. That's what I like to hear, Miss Gulsafa. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. People, never stop drinking water and beverages. It's very good for your system. Like juice, lemon, no gases, no Pepsi, no cola and stuff. Yes. Welcome, Miss Sala. Welcome. Welcome, Miss Erin. Welcome, guys. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I like to take these classes that start from 12 to 2 because I have all that energy and I will I explode it everywhere for you, beautiful people. Okay, so my plan every class is 5 minutes introduction. So I have 1 minute, finish 1 minute. So let's start with the models of necessity and obligation. Now, necessity and obligation. I don't know if you know obligation, but if you know obligation in Turkish, write it in the live chat so that if the students, they don't know what is obligation in Turkish, they will learn from you. Obligation, which means something I can't put it in words, something you should do it or you will die. It's like this. Necessary, very essential. So the models of necessity and obligation, this is our table of content that's going to have, which basically we're going to talk about the review of them. Thank you, Mr. Zugur. Yes. This is obligation, I guess. Appreciate it. Perfect. Perfect, guys. It's very long in Turkish. In English, it's very easy. Okay. Here, we're going to read together and understand this is a quick and handy grammar review. Handy, which means helpful. Obligation. Yükümlülük. Okay, thank you guys, appreciate it, that's beautiful. Thank you for your help. I don't know Turkish, so I ask you to help me. So a quick and handy grammar review. Let's go through this one. So models of necessity and obligation. Now maybe necessity is not common in our books, English file books, but necessity and obligation can be together, no problem. However, the models that we have here, must, have to, and have got to. So those are the three models that we are going to talk all about today. So get ready, put your notes. I'm going to read with you, then we're going to explain it, and so on and so on. Welcome, Miss Esma. I'm very good. I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. Thank you so much. So the introduction here, modals come before a main verb and give it extra meaning. It come before, welcome Mr. Alas, hi. So modals come before a main verb and give it extra meaning. What are those extra meaning? Ability, advice, necessity, possibility, and in what we have, models of necessity and obligation are used for expressing rules or strong advice. Rules or strong advice. Now, because they are rules, we need to follow the rules. Otherwise, we will be kicked out of place, or we will be going to jail, to prison, if we are not following the rules. Now, because they are extreme, because they are very serious, that's what we need. We need to follow them. So how and what we used so that we can emphasize the fact that this is important, we are using must, have to, and have got to. And there is a lot actually. So here we have the structure of the model. Welcome, Miss Yelim, welcome. We have the model pattern. Now they wrote here model because all of them are coming in the same place, in the same structure. There is no differences. So model plus base verb. You're welcome, Mr. Alas. Welcome. Yes, so we see model here, and after the model exactly the base verb, as you can see it. We will go to the example, you will understand more. In English, modals are always followed by a base verb. Always followed by a base verb. Now that's why they are very easy to use, but you should know where to use them, in which part of the context of the sentence is the use of those models. A base verb is a verb with no endings. We know base verb, it's infinitive. Infinitive, which means it can be just the base verb, or it can be to plus the base verb. So there is no s, as in the present tense we have s. This is for the third person, there is no s. There is no ed for past. There is no ing for continuous. Base verb, normal verb, it must, okay? Etc. I said must. Etc. which means you don't have to change the verb. The verb will stay the way it is, no changes whatsoever. This is the first part. This is what he's trying to point out for you. Before we go to the chart here, let's check here. Modals and modal expressions. So in English, there are three common ways to express necessity and obligation in the present or future. Must, have to, have got. Those three is the main thing, the main core that we are going to discuss today. Must, have to, have got. So here he say necessity, obligation, present or future. Remember, no past, present or future. So here, try to talk about each modal. First one, must is a true modal, while have to and have got are modal of expressions. What is that? We will get to it. Made up of 2 or 3 words. Modals never change form. There is no subject-verb agreement to worry about. So sometimes, for example, here in the structure here, you see this modal must. The subject here you, and here she. Now, as we know, you, they, and we taking some auxiliary verb or taking some specific like was or were or has and have and so on. But in the case of must, that's why it's modal. It's modal because it's not changing. We don't worry about she or he or it. All the subject that we will have, it will use must. There is no problem. Now that's why it's modal, because only one word. So we have must, one word. It's like could, should, would, might. Those are all one word. So they are coming with you, they, we, he, she, it, everything. That's why it's modal. Now, if we go another part, have to and have got to. Why those are modal expressions? Because 2, 3 words. 2, 3 words. That's why modal of expression. Those changeable. How? So if you have to, it takes you, I, they. But if you have it, he, she, then you need to use has, the other part. We know in the present tense we are using have and has. So has takes it, he, she, and have taking I, we, and they. This is the differences. This is the main differences between the modals and the modal expressions. That's it. Look here, modals never change form. There is no subject-verb agreement to worry about. So there is no like have. There is you with have, they with have, but he, she, it has. This is what I try to explain to you. Whereas modal expressions must agree with the subject. Must agree with the subject. So this is exactly what we're trying to point out for you. So have to, yes, we have must, we have to, and we have got to. Yes, we have 3. But when you are using have to and have got to, you need to change them according to the subject. So there is an agreement between the subject and the modal expression. As you can see here, those 2 sentences. So you have to take the test. The other part, she has to take the test. This is the only slight change in the grammar. Don't worry about it. I think you can do it. I believe in you. Now, what we have here is positive, negative, and question. He is trying to explain to you the whole process. He's giving you the model, then give you an example. And is it common or not common? And does it have a contraction or not? And the strength of it, is it strong? It's like, which means if it's strong, you need to follow it. Or is it formal or informal? This is very nice way so that you can understand everything. Now, in case you want this, take a screenshot or check the video after it's posted on YouTube channel and check it out. Let's go through this one. So the modal must, positive, negative, we know, must not, and question, we will check. So in a positive form, we have you must pass the test. You must pass the test, which means it's matter of life and death. You must pass the test. Second example, he must exercise. He must exercise. So because you use must, I will understand this is something very, very, very important and someone must do it. There is no way around it. Negative, you must not fail. He must not smoke. Question, must I take the test? Must he exercise? Now, me and you, we both know. I never see in English language must come here. So he's trying to tell you here, it exists, no problem, but not common. Now in English language, we always use the language that it's common, so that the reader or the writer or the evaluator could understand what are we writing. So this one is not common, so don't use it, but it's grammatically correct, no problem, the way he put it. Those two, negative and positive, they are both common. This is the usage of it. Those are common. This one question not common. Going to contraction. There is no contraction, basically is like this here. So basically instead of writing two words, you mix them together and you delete one letter and add apostrophe on the deleting place. So must not, mustn't, and the O is deleted and we are adding here apostrophe, as you can see it. So must not, we can say mustn't. So this is that another form of must, mustn't. And must with positive, there is no contraction, and with the question, no contraction. Going down, the strength of it. When I say to someone, welcome Mr. Miss or Mr. Gul, welcome. Now, the strength, what does that mean? How strong is it when you use it? If you say mustn't, it's very strong. You better listen to what he's saying, because what he's saying is important. For example, when police tell you to not drive on the pavement. The pavement is the place where people walking, pedestrians are walking. So you can't drive your car on the pavement. So police tell you, you mustn't drive your car on the pavement, which means it's very strong. So if you drive on the pavement, you will go to jail, to prison. So this is very strong something. So when you are using must, it better be very dangerous something, or it's better be something that's completely necessary. Okay, that's why he said here, all of must are strong. Now about formality, both of them are formal. And must I take the test? As you can see here, it's not common, but very formal and old-fashioned. Old-fashioned, which means it's used way back into the English language, but now we are not using it in the English language, but it's very formal, which means you can use that in meetings, in your working place, with managers, any place which can use the formal language. So again, all grammar are necessary, but some of them common, not common. But you need to know where to use this and where you need to use this. This is the basic ideas about it. Now, this is just must. This is the model. Here now we have the model of expressions and the same chart we have here. We're gonna go through it together. By the way, before I start with this one, do you have any question about this one? Do you have any question about must? Do you have any question about must? Because there is another must which is used for deduction, not obligation, which means, for example, I look at the sky and I it's a cloudy sky, and I would say it must be raining today. Or I see, let's see, I put my clothes outside so that they can dry. And after 2 days I came and I look at my clothes. They're all wet. They are not dry yet. And 2 days. So I was like, it must be raining. Or it must have been raining, or so on. So this type of must is deduction. It's different than obligation. So do you have any questions about this necessity obligation model, must? Do you have any questions whatsoever? If not, we can go through have and have got to, and we see how much common, formality, and so on. No questions? Understood. Thank you. You're welcome. Nice. It's not complicated, exactly, Miss Gulsafa. It's very normal, and especially it's not very quite difficult like the tenses. The models tend to be very easy for students. Yes. Okay. Let's move on. If you have questions, write them. No problem. We can scroll back and to talk about them. So now we have those models where we have to and don't have to and have to as a question. So let's check them out. Miss Yellen, I didn't hear have got to before. Ah, okay. We will check them together today. No problem. So the model here, have to, do not have to, the negative, and have to. So example, you have to pass the test. You have to pass the test. He has to exercise. He has to exercise. Now, jumping to this part. You don't have to take the test. You don't have to take the test. You don't have to take the test. Which means here he's trying you. Which means here you can take the test if you want. And if you don't want, don't take the test. It's not an obligation. It's little weak. He does not have to exercise. He doesn't have to exercise. Now remember we talked about the models for present and future. Now in this case we have both present, as you see. Yes, Miss Yellum. Yes, correct. Should, have to, and must. Yes. No problem. We will discuss now have got to. Here, it's down, and we will see. The uses of it is not that much, but we will check. So here, have to, we have. Have to, we have. Have to. Do I have to take the test? Does he have to exercise? Let's talk about the usage of it. Common, common, common. All of them are common. Then here, contraction, we don't need. The contraction that we have here is this. And instead of like, do not have to. Do not. 4, you can contract it to 3. Don't have to, just delete the O. Doesn't here. The same process. 4, contract to 3. And putting apostrophe. Yes. Have to, there is no contraction, of course. Now jumping to the strength of it. All of them are strong, except do not have to. Why it's weak? Let's check. There is, I think, little something down. After we will check. It's weak because When I say to someone, you don't have to take the test, so there is a possibility of asking an opinion. So you don't have to take the test. So if you want, you can take it, but if you don't want, don't take it. It's like this. That's why it's weak. Now, to formality, all of them, formal and informal. So if you want to use them, this one, very comfortable, very easy. There is no problem whatsoever. You can just use them for formal and informal language. There is no problem. I don't think there is a big problem with this one. Except here, if you want to make have to negative, you need to use do. Do with you, I, or yes. And does, he, she, it, we know that. This is present, by the way. Now, Miss Yellem talked about have got to. It's she's not familiar with it, I believe. So let's check it here together. As you see, there is no negative and there is no question for it. So you have got to take the test. You have got to take the test. He has got to exercise. Common, speaking more than writing. So have got to, speaking more than writing. Now, Miss Yellem, I believe this one answers or fulfill your curiosity for have got to. That's why we don't see that a lot, because we are using it. Yes, this is the contraction. Got to, is got to, has got to, have to. Slightly less strong. So we have here have to. It's strong. So this is little than strong. This is, for example, I saw, this is like situation example. I saw my friend, his scores in mathematics are bad. We have 3 exams, okay? Now, let's say we have 3 exams and I saw my friend fail in 2 exams, okay? Now the maximum of success in this test need to be 2 exam success, and if 2 failure, that's bad. So I saw 2 exams are failed, bad. So what I will say to him, I will say to him, you've got to take the test. You've got to take the test. So I am giving an advice, and in the same time, I'm adding necessity to my advice. So because I observed that my friend has a very low scores in mathematics, I am advising him, I am urging him, like, take the test. But when I use this one, little necessity, obligation. So you've got to take the test. So if he will say to me, why? Because you failed exams. You've got to take the test. This is one way we can use you've got to take the test. This is, I'm using it a lot between now and then, because I love giving advices to my friends, especially when you need that one. For example, my friend want to travel to somewhere, and he don't have the power, the energy. He don't want. Like, come on, man. You going to Mississippi or Wisconsin? You've got to take the trip. You've got to take the trip. This is, I am encouraging him. I am encouraging him to take the trip, to travel to the state. And there is plenty ways where we can use this one. It's common, speaking more than writing. Now, why would you use have got to in writing while you can use have to and so on? However, you can use it in writing, but informal writing. Remember, formal writing can be a little difficult because there is so much rules in that part of writing where you must not contract the word. So let's go back here. So this is what you should write in formal writing. This is what you should write. You do not have to take the test. Don't write it like this. Don't have to. When you have formal or academic writing, make sure to not contract. However, teachers not actually will punish you for that if you write formal, but academic tests like TOEFL, IELTS, when you have an academic test, writing test, be careful. Do not contract. There is no abbreviation. Okay? Do not abbreviate any words together. Don't shrink them. Write the whole words. So yes, I hope I gave you 2 examples about trip and about the exam. I hope you got this one. Now what we have here is notes that might help you with your either writing or speaking when you are using the modals of necessity and obligation. We have here do not, have to, can't, have got to. Let's read them together. He said to you here, be careful, exclamation marker. Do not, have to, and must not have very different meanings in English. Must not expresses strong obligation. You cannot do something. Don't have to means you can choose not to do something, but you can do it if you want to. Again, the same process. If you are using must, whatever it was, like positive or negative must, this is something you need to do. If you don't do this, it might be there's consequences for your actions if you're not doing that. But when you say don't have to, as I discussed before, there is a possibility of doing this or doing this. Anything you want. This is basically the note. Can't. Can, cannot, and can't are modals of ability and permission. But in the negative, cannot, can't can also express that something is forbidden or must not be done. So cannot, it's another way to say mustn't. So if you don't want to write must not, you can say can't. That's the idea. So if you have mustn't here and you have can't, you can use them both. There is no problem. This is here he said it's model of ability and permission, but in negative only. Can't or cannot can also express that something is forbidden or must not be done. We can call cannot, can't a model of necessity obligation with a very similar meaning to mustn't. So that's why we have so much models. You see, basically we are now discussing must, have to, and have got. Now, besides this, what we've got? We've got mustn't, we've got haven't and hasn't, and on the other hand, for mustn't, now we have can't for negative must. So that's why there is so much models. But if you understand the main, you will understand the branches of it. Okay? So again, if there was a forbidden something or something you must not be done, and you saw with the models can't, but you really need mustn't. So you need to understand this note. Mustn't can be replaced with can, can't, or cannot. This is basically the note of it. Have got to. Why is there a present have and past got verb together in this expression? Have got is a very old expression in English that is still commonly used nowadays. Just remember that, like the other models of necessity, it is used to express obligation in the present or future. So, as we said before, it's old-fashioned model of expression, but it's commonly used nowadays in speaking more than writing. And as he diagnosed it here, or as he analyzed it here, we have have and got are in the past, even though that have it's present and got is past, but when you are using it, it's an obligation for present and future. And this is basically the use of the models that we have today, the models of obligation for present or future. Now, have got, even though there is past and present, no problem. Going a bit down with some speaking or pronunciation skills that we might have in those, and we might suffer from. Now, with me, I will not let you suffer. I will tell you what you need to do, and we will do it together. So, when speaking at a neutral speed, English speakers often reduce modals. Remember that while these reductions are very common in informal speaking, we never write them. Now, I discussed this also on another video, which is about fast speech or relaxed speech. And I discussed where the speakers speak the language very fast because they are used to it. And in that way, they create a different words, the reduction words, those. But as a teacher, I don't recommend you write those at all, because when you write them in the exam, that would be a problem. Those stuff, you can write them with your friends. Let's say WhatsApp messages or chats, live chats, like this chat. You can use this one with me, no problem. But when we are writing either informal or formal language letter, we must not use those reduction, but we are putting it here because this is the way they pronounce it when they are speaking. So the models: have to, has to, have got to, has got to. Have to. I have to meet my friend after class. I have to. I have to. Has to. She has to redo her assignment this weekend. By the way, if you don't understand this, the word do, redo. Redo. It's like write and rewrite. This is no difference. So has to. She has to redo her assignment next week. She has to. Have got to. We've gotta try harder in school. We've gotta try harder in school. We've gotta. Then here we have has got to. He's gotta go to his appointment now. He's gotta go to his appointment now. Now, why it's the way it is? Because, like, I am speaking language each and every day, so I am used to the sentences. For example, if I want to say, how are you? I don't say, how are you? I say, how are you? How are you? You good? Or, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't say, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So because of we are using it a lot between now and then, especially the auxiliary verbs, the modals, and so on. We just saying them completely fast, and now between now and then, students got mixed. Like what he said, like I got the whole sentence, but what he said I didn't understand, and that's sometimes a problem for students. So that's why there is a part for only spoken English, and this is where I want to show you. If you're noticing here, there is no must, because there is no must, because, like, remember, if you are trying to tell someone that this is forbidden, that this is not allowed, you will not say it fast. You need to emphasize it. You need to focus on it. That's why must is not used very fast the way those words are. Welcome, Mr. Ramazan. Welcome, and welcome, Miss Bulut. Hava bulut. Welcome. Yes. So, here we have examples. Exercises of both must. So, what we have for now? Must, mustn't, can't, have to, has to, have got to, has got to, and the negative of them. Like, we have just 3, but now we have a lot. Okay? So feel free to express whatever you want. Welcome, Mr. Iberg. Welcome. Hi, hello. So let's rewrite the sentence below using must or have to. So we must arrive to class on time. We have to arrive to class on time. This is very easy, very common. Welcome, Miss Esra. Hi. So let's do this one together. Number 2. This one. I have to start concentrating harder in a class. Would you like to replace it with must? Would you do that to me? For me. Yes. Gotta. Have gotta. I've gotta go. Look, I've gotta go. This is the common in English. I've gotta go. Hey, how are you? I've gotta go. Gotta. There is a bit T, but it's very slight T. You know, this is used like I've gotta go. Hey, please stay with us through the dinner. No. I'm sorry. I've gotta go. Yes, Mr. Ramazan. Must start. I must start concentrating harder in class. Do you think we can put another one? Can we use a different one, not must? Maybe have got. Can we use this one? Is it possible? Miss Hilal, I must start concentrating harder in class. Yes, thank you, Miss Hilal. Can we put have got? Is it true if we put have got? Like we would say, I've got to start concentrating harder in class. I've got to start concentrating harder. Hi, Miss Yellen. So yes or no? Can we use have got? Can we say have got? I've got to start concentrating harder in the class. Now, depending on the sentence, from your perspective, from your point of view, from your opinion, which one is more compatible? Which one is more good? Have to, must, have got. Which one do you think more good for this sentence? Thank you, Miss Gulsafa. Yes. Mr. Iberg says no. So which one is more good? Miss Gulsafa, she said must is better. Miss Esra, she said have to. Mr. Najat says must is way better. Yes, we can say must because this is serious something and it's in the class. Welcome, Mr. Najat. No problem. Welcome. Yes, so you can say must or it depends. Yes, it depends on the situation. Are you serious at that time when you said concentrating hard in the class? Yes, Mr. Iberg. Yes. Yes. So if you're talking to a friend and you notice that your concentration in a class is bad, and you are like feeling bad and feeling down, like, oh, I've got to concentrate harder in a class. I've got to. That's we're talking about the speaking part. But with the writing, have to, must, they can both can be eligible here. Let's see something else. Okay, let's go with this one. This one. Miss Jada, are you translating Mr. Iberg's sentence? Yes. Have to, must are better. Yes. Now, let's check this sentence together, guys. He must learn not to interrupt the teacher. He must learn not to interrupt the teacher. Can we put it in the other forms? Can you use have to? Can we use have to here? He have to learn not to interrupt the teacher. Now for this one, which one is more appropriate? Have to or must? Thank you, Miss Gulsafa. Yes. And now this is beautiful, Miss Gulsafa, because she writes wrong and she corrects herself. That's amazing. Yes. He has to learn not to interrupt the teacher. He has to learn not to interrupt the teacher. Now I chose this because I know some of you might got mistaken. Okay, nice. Now which one is more appropriate? Must or has to? Which one? What do you think? Ah, Miss Hilal, nice. It's very wrong. Incorrect, Miss Hilal. You don't have to learn interrupt the teacher. So if you say this, which means he doesn't care about the teacher. He don't have to, which means he can interrupt and he can't interrupt. Miss Gulsafa has to more polite. Yes. Yes, you can say that, Mr. Gulsafa. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Let's check here. Okay. Here, can't. Why? He can't learn not to interrupt. This will be too negative. It would be wrong. The negative here comes. Not to interrupt. Yes. Yes. Yes, Mr. Najat. It's not quite weak. You see, has to. Let's check here together. Let's check here together. Have to or has to is the strength of it, Mr. Najat, if you are with us. The strength of it, has to and have to, it's strong. The strength of it is strong. You see, must, have to, and have got to, they are both obligation. They are three of them, all obligation. The only weak is do not have to. Do not have to. So here, has to, we can use has to. It can be more nice, but if you are quite serious and you're trying to stop this, we would use must. However, has to can be nice. But it's not weak. It's still strong, Mr. Najat. It's still strong. Yes. So, we will go break for 10 minutes. After that, we will be right back with the exercises. So we have here exercise we need to do. And also, I prepared extra exercises here and here for you to practice with me. So let's go break. But let's read first. I knew that order of strong of usage to have, to, should, must. You're welcome. Yes, Mr. Najat. So your comment before was wrong because it's not weak. If you mean it's forbidden something or not, then yes, must can be more powerful than has to, but has to can have the same strength as must, but still must is always on top. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Should is for advice. Should, we can put it in another category. Yes. Okay. Let's go break. And after 10 minutes exactly, we will come back with extra exercises and so on with other stuff that we have, question and so on. So, see you in exactly 10 minutes. And we will be right back. You are absolutely welcome, guys. Here we go, break. See you in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Bring your coffee and come back. I'm bringing my coffee, by the way. So, yeah.
Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world full of joy and smile, a world where everyone will live by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justinglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do but do Justinglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justinglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
And enthusiasm. Enthusiastic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. Recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Clark. Pronunciation.
Şimdi sen de dile gel. Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel.
A word for the joy and smile, a world where everyone only by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world, Justenglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance, do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance, do but do Justenglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen
Yes. Just English style. Yes. Just English style. Hey, how are you people? How is everything? I hope you're doing well. We are back to our class. And now we have Mr. Hussein. Welcome, sir. I don't know Turkish what you wrote. I have no idea. Welcome back. Let's do this exercises here together. And I'm gonna write your answers here. One of the teachers, actually, I saw he write the answers. I was like, okay, let me do that. It's nice. So, number one is what we're having now is I must not forget to lock up when I leave. I must not forget to lock up when I leave. So, number two. Perfect, guys. Perfect. I brought my lemon. I didn't like today coffee because it's kind of hot, so no coffee for me. Maybe later. So, number two. My father blank junk food every day because it's bad for his heart. Now we need to use must not or don't have to and the verb which is in the brackets here, parenthesis. So, what we will write here for number two. Hello, Mr. Tablet. Mr. Tablet? Oh my god. I'm sorry, I don't know Turkish. My father must not eat junk food and the continuation of the sentence. Aha, Miss Gulsafa. Mr. Kader must not eat. Doesn't have to eat. Yes. Look, Miss Gulsafa, your sentence is correct, but the way that we are understanding it, it's a heart problem. And heart problem is serious problem. Okay? It's not wrong, but it's incorrect. Because if you say doesn't have to, which means he can eat, and in the same time, he can't eat. So this is up to him, what he wants. Now, generally, fathers are stubborn. They don't listen to their sons. So we are using must not. It's obligation. It's very serious matter. Yes. Absolutely welcome, Miss Gulsafa. Absolutely welcome. Now, jumping to the other sentence that we have, which is you blank the entire article if you don't want to. You blank the entire article if you don't want to. So, what do you think? Must not or don't have to? You, the entire article if you don't want to. I believe this one is easy. What do you think? Don't have to read. Yes, excellent. Excellent, because the complement of the sentence, if you don't want to. Yes, thank you, Ms. Gosafa. Perfect. So, you don't have to read the entire article if you don't want to. Thank you. Next. She's lucky she finished her homework before going out tonight. What we are going to write here? What do you think? She's lucky, then period, full breath, then she start with she blank. What do you think? What do you think? Must be? She's lucky means something. She's lucky. What does it mean she's lucky? She's lucky because she can do something. She's lucky because she can do something. And she can do it before going out tonight. Before she can do it. So the perfect answer is yes. I'm sorry, Ms. Zainab. Doesn't. Mr. Kader, perfect. She doesn't have to finish her homework. Her continuation of the sentence. Why? Because Miss Gulsafa, it should be negative. So don't have to or must not. We are using negative only. Besides, when he said she's lucky, which means she's doing something because she's lucky. Something will happen. So she doesn't have to. There is a choice. There is a matter of choice. So she can do her homework or don't do her homework, but she can go out. No problem. So, which means this sentence was said by someone in case of envy part. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Kader. Yes, I believe Mr. Kader wrote for you the translation of the two sentences that we are having. Yes. Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Kader. Yes. So doesn't have to finish. Nice. Moving on. Look, this is the idea of grammar. Like mostly you know the grammar. You know what you use and what you're not using. But your problem is understanding the sentence. That's something you need to focus on by reading, by watching videos, movies, and so on. So you can understand the context. 5. We plan our trip right now. You can wait for another time. He was lesson finished? What? Welcome, Mr. Jansu. The lesson will finish at 2. Lesson will finish at 2. If you like to join us, you're absolutely welcome. So our trip right now, we can wait for another trip. Yes. Thank you, Miss Gulsafa. Yes. We don't have to plan our trip right now. And continuation of the sentence. Nice. So we don't have to. Nice. Thank you. We can wait it for another time. 6. Thank you, Miss Gulsafa, Mr. Kader, Miss Zainab, Miss Azma. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Now, we have the CEO. Do you know what the CEO stands for? Do you know what CEO stands for? Yani, what does it mean? What are those initials mean? Mr. Najat, the CEO must not say lie to the shareholders. Yes. Nice, mister. Yes, correct. As you see, Mr. Najat here used must not because this is something serious and it can lead to a damage in the profits. Yes, must not lie. Very nice, Mr. Najat. CEO is Chief Executive Officer. Chief Executive Officer. Yes. Very nice, guys. Nice. Very nice. We can use can't. Can we say can't? Can we say the CEO can't lie to the shareholders? Can we use can't? Can we say the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, can't lie, cannot lie, can't lie? Miss Hilal, number 7. We blank late for morning meeting. Thank you. Yes, and it's extreme. Yes, thank you, Miss Gulsafa. Doesn't have to, number 7. Why? We don't have to. Doesn't for he, she, it. We don't have to be late. Thank you. Don't have to be. Must not be. What do you think? If you made it negative, which means you can get late and you can't get late. So is it must? We have don't have to, and we have doesn't have to, and we have must not be. What do you think? Miss Gulsafa, 8. I believe it's incorrect. It's a meeting. And it's a morning meeting. So it needs to be No, Mr. Najat, unfortunately, no. No. We haven't to be late. It's incorrect. Grammatically incorrect. So we need to say we don't have to be late for the morning meeting. Or 7, we must not be late. I think must not is more good because we are talking here about something very serious, and also we're talking about something extreme, and this morning meeting is quite formal. So here, I'm afraid, must not be late. 8. 8 is incorrect, Miss Gulsafa. Thank you, Mr. Najat. Yes. 8 is incorrect because you don't have to apologize. It was not your fault. Yes, Miss Gulsafa. Now, correct. Yes, you don't have to apologize because it was not your fault. It was not your fault. It was someone else's fault. Yes. Now, let's talk maybe 8 confusing for you. Now, from the way that you understand it, it can be extreme serious, and someone can tell you, you must not apologize. It was not your fault. No problem. But in the same time, we can say, you don't have to apologize. It was not your fault. But when he say it was not your fault, which means there is a possibility of you can apologize just like that, or you don't have to apologize. So you don't have, as you can see, you don't have is more appropriate. Again, you need to understand the mentality or the idea of the context of the sentence. That is what we need to point at. Now, moving swiftly on, we have here a few exercises for you guys. So here, as you can see here up, permission, obligation, prohibition, must, mustn't, can, and have to. This is what you need to use. Must, mustn't, can, and have to. And here we have fun, cute exercises for you. So let's do them. Let's show all the, yeah, this is more good. So number one, I listen to music I like, my parents like it too. Can. Okay. You sure? Okay. Correct. You're very intelligent. Here comes the positivity. Your score is 100. Question complete so far. Nice. Moving on. Here. I watch TV late at night. My parents say I must go to bed early. So, number 2, what do you think? Yes. Ah. I'm sorry, Miss Feruza, I'm sorry. I will check the Facebook afterwards because I can't control everything here. I'm very sorry, Miss Feruza. Yes, please comment here. I'm always on YouTube. Yes, I'm sorry, yes. 2A. Don't have to. No, don't have to. Remember, don't have to. It's about a possibility. You can and you can't. Between 2. 2A. I can. Look, because mustn't, I believe can't. Absolutely welcome, Ms. Fayruza. Remember we talked about can't? Can't can be the same weight as mustn't. Can't can be the same weight as mustn't. Okay? So, because here we have must, which means something you cannot do. absolutely and utterly forbidden. The same way here. Thank you. 3. Okay, Miss Feyruza, give us answer. You smoke in this room. What we need to write here? Yes, here we go. Smoking cigarettes. Must, mustn't, can, don't have to. 3, Mr. Najat says 3 is B, mustn't. Very good. Yeah, it's a rule. It's a rule. When you go to hospital, you mustn't smoke cigarette. You don't say, when you go to hospital, you don't have to smoke cigarettes. This is a rule. This is a regulation. We must follow. Perfect. Moving on. I blank do my homework. I blank do my homework. Can, mustn't, have to, don't have to. What do you think? Yes, Miss Feryuza? Yes, perfect, correct. Nice. Yes, excellent, excellent. Miss Hilal says, don't have to. C, some of you say C. Miss Adanur, Miss Feryuza, Miss Azma. Okay, we have to and we have to. Yes, all have to. Okay, perfect. Yes, yes. Okay, have to. As you can see here, the negative are not that much, but can and have to are more applicable. Now, as you can see in the picture here, we have gum and candies and lollipop. So we have now A, B, C, D. And the sentence, we blank eat sweets in the classroom. Now, as you see the sign, it's like something forbidden. I think I just solved it for you. Mustn't, Miss Gulsafa says. Nice. Do we have any extra answers? Oh, it's certain. 5C, mustn't. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Now he's here trying to make you understand why we are using what we are using. Okay. Phone. We blank speak on the mobile phone on an airplane. Very good. Very nice, Mr. Kader, Miss Zainab, Miss Adanur, Mr. Najat, and Miss Hilal. Halil. Sorry. Halil. Yes, sorry. Yes. Now, this one. 6. Speak mobile phone on the airplane. 8. 6. 8? What? 6C, Mr. Najat says. C, Miss Halil. Why don't have to? Now, in an airplane, sometimes we see people calling, but when they are boarding or landing, it's very important that we put our phones in the airplane mode. So in this case, mustn't. Perfect. We have more. Yes, exactly, Miss Adanur. It is a rule and we must follow. Very nice. Excellent. Then we blank be quiet. What do you think? Excellent, Miss Adanur. What do you think about this one? Must 7A. Must. We must be quiet. We must be quiet. Very good, guys. Okay, you're very intelligent. Super amazing. Camera. Camera. Now, as you can see, some of this exercise are quite easy because he wants you to understand why we are using this specific model. Photos in this museum. In this museum. Thank you. Nice. Last one. Before the last, sorry. Thank you, Miss Azma. Yes. Mr. Kader, correct. Miss Edanur, correct. Miss Gulsafa, correct. Mr. Najat, correct. Miss Jada, correct. Miss Halil, correct. Miss Gulsafa, yes, correct. So, 9. You put the rubbish into the bin. You put the rubbish into the bin. Must. Let's check. Excellent. Must, and must. Very good, Miss Zainab, Miss Adanur, Mr. Najat, Miss Gulsafa, nice. Last one. Very good, Miss Jihun, Mr. Jehun. And the last one. Ah, sorry, this is me, I'm sorry. This is my fault, I'm sorry. Yes, mustn't. I made you lose point. Very good, guys. Okay, I believe you have a trophy now, and you can take your trophy with me, Ali, and okay, this was my fault. Okay, very nice, guys. As I can see, the answers were must not, and I used must, so forgive me, I am sorry. Okay, nice. Let's jump to another exercise here. Mr. Najat is very angry. Yes, because I made him lose 4 points. Yes. Yes. Okay. So again, here we have models of necessity: must, have got to, and have to. We're going to use them down. And the same process, and let's do it. Miss Gul says it's C. Let's read together. Yes, Mr. Kader. Yes. Now the teacher need to check the answers, Come on, you can forgive the teacher. Come on. Okay. When a police officer asks to see your driver's license, you blank to him or her. B. You must to show it. B. Okay, here we go. Guys, why? Oh, thank you, Mr. Najat. Guys, we can say must to. We can say must to. Look at the answers very carefully. Look at the answers very carefully. Now the teacher won. The student down. Now it's tie. Students won, teacher won. Yes. Look, guys, you need to be careful. There is no must to. We don't have a preposition. We must not follow a preposition after must. Yes, Mr. Najat. Okay, wait. Mr. Najat is wrong. Miss Zainab is wrong. Miss Gul is wrong. Miss Jihan is wrong. Miss Halil is wrong. The teacher is right. Okay. Must stop. Where is number one? No, number one. Number one, which one? Have got to show or have got show it? Have got to show or have got show it? A or C? Miss Gulsaf, she said A. Who agrees with Miss Gulsafa? Is it A or C? We need to choose here. A or C? This one or this one? Yes, thank you, Mr. Najat. Number one is C. Mr. Kader says number one is C. Thank you. A. Mr. Kader, you are wrong, Mr. Kader. Why? Because have got show it. There is two. Have got to. Yes, here. This means you must show it. Now this exercise is little tricky, you saw? That's why, be careful. Now that's the fun of being a teacher, you see that? Okay, Miss Hilal, yes, have got to. Have got to. Must without to. Careful, yes, because all of them are obligation. Number two, according to the law, drivers blank at stop signs. According to the law, drivers blank at the stop signs. Must to stop, must stop, must stopping. What do you think? Must stop, number two is B. Excellent, you are right. Nice, okay. 3. In order to log on to the internet, Sally blank her user ID. Very good, Miss Jihan, Miss Halil, Miss Azma, Miss Jayda, Miss Gulsafa, Mr. Najat, Miss Adanur. Very good, excellent, correct answers. Now, 3. In order to log on to the internet, Sally her user ID. What do you think? Has got to entering. Okay, Miss Jada says B. Number 3 is B. 3 must enter. Miss Gulsafa says. Okay, so we have between B and C. C entering. I don't know, Mr. Najat, what do you think? So has got to entering or have to enter. Okay, Sally have to enter. Okay, that can be. Yes. C, we have A and C and B. Okay, let's do it together. B, it's absolutely wrong because we have a verb plus ing, entering, incorrect. B is incorrect, utterly incorrect. We have to enter, must enter. What do you think? Must enter. Okay, very nice, Mr. Najat. We have someone says C, C, C. We have Mr. Kader says E, says A. And we have here must enter C. Okay, we have so much C. So I will choose C because here we have so much C. Let's go. It's a great. It's not okay. It's not good. It's a great. So it's C. It's C. Let's check here. Would you like we check here if it's right or wrong? Would you like to check here? I press here. We see correct or incorrect. Maybe they are both correct. Do you like I press? Guys, what do you think? So if you like me to press, write press, or click, so that we can see here, have to clear, I'm sorry, Miss Asma, what? I am just wondering about this one. Do you want we check it? Mr. Najat says no. Okay, no, okay. No pressing, okay. Okay. Don't press. Okay. Sorry, do I have to? No? No. No. Okay. Number 1. Mr. Kader, Sally has to. Aha! Thank you, Mr. Najat. Mr. Najat is nice. Yes, sir. You can't say Sally have to enter because Sally is he or she or it. We need to use has. Very good, Mr. Najat. That's 1 point for you, sir. Okay. Son, Mom, I don't want to clean my room. Blank it right now. Yes, right now. Do I have to? We have A, nice. I'm sorry, Miss Zainab, it's incorrect because Sally takes has to, not have to. Absolutely welcome, Mr. Najat. Perfect. So, A. This is the best question form for obligation. So if you say, do I have to clean it right now? Yes, this is the best form of question and obligation. Yes, perfect. Faryuza, Mr. Kader, Miss Jehan, Mr. Najat, excellent. Miss Adanur, Miss Gulsafa, excellent. 5. If Richard wants to become a professional musician, he blank every day. He blank every day. So we have has to practice, have to practice, has to practice. What do you think? Number 5. Okay, C. Perfect. Your subject and verb agree. Your subject and verb agree exactly with Sally and has. Excellent. Guys, I'm very proud of you right now. I would have hugged you, but you are very far away. Has to excellent. Friend, blank, pay to see the doctor. Brother, no. She blank because she has medical insurance. Which one we are using? What we are using? What are we using? 6. Yes, Miss Faryuze. 5 is C, correct. Gulsafa says 6 is B. So, does your sister have to pay to see the doctor? Brother, no, she doesn't because she has a medical insurance. So, must your sister. This is very weak obligation question. Very weak obligation question if we say must. Miss Halil. Yes. CB. Okay. CB. C. Let's understand this. C is very weak obligation question here. So it needs to be this one. Your subject and verbs all agree here. So does your sister have to? Doesn't. It's correct. If we say C, it can be also correct, I believe. Because like in a formal way, in meetings and so on, it's correct. But with the common language, must as a question of obligation, it's very, very, very weak. Nice. 7. Mr. Wu, hi, Mark. Where is your dad? Mark, oh, he's blank to work because there was an emergency. What do you think? What are we using here? What are we using here? Had to go, had got to go, must it go. Must it go is very good. What do you think? Where is your answer? 7A. Had to go. A. Okay. Because 2A. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Not B. A. It's A, Miss Feyruza. Yes. It's A. Had got to go. Yeah, Mr. Najat, he wants you to get yourself wrong, mistaken. That's why must it. Some students like, oh, must. Yes. Look, some students in the exam, they are very stressed and they don't know what they are looking for. Like, oh, must, yes. They don't know. They don't read it all. They look only the three first letters. Yes, Mr. Najat. This is how we get our students mistaken. Remember number 1? Remember number 1? Must to? The same process. Yes. Okay. 8. 8. If you have a pet dog, you blank feed it every day or it will die. What are we going to write now? Has got to feed it. Have got feed it. Have got to feed it. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, what do you think? C and B we have. Miss Jayhun, she said C. Miss Asma, she said B. So have got to. C. Yes, it is C. Because we don't have got alone. It needs to come with a to preposition. Let's clap, guys. That was an amazing job. Very good, very good. But always remember, do not get mistaken by such stuff. Must it go? Must it go? Here you have got. Unless you find here to, then you can take it. And so we have one mistake. This one was my favorite. This one, number 1, was my favorite. This is my comeback point, you know? This is my comeback point. It was amazing, guys. It was amazing. Very, very, very good. I really enjoyed your lesson, guys. The answers were perfect. Everything was perfect. But you need to be careful with options like this, must to, and so on. This is the way that it might get you completely, even if you know the answer, but little tiny word such as a preposition can get your answers wrong, incorrect, and you may lose points that you really need. Now, in this case, it's very important because it's an obligation and multiple type of obligation and multiple forms, but which one is right is you need to focus on. Do not be fast by making a decision which one is correct, because making a decision is important and you have to check the question that you have and check all the answers and all possible answers. Yes. So my beloved, gorgeous, outstanding people, this is it for me. This is it for me. This is discussing must, mustn't, have, haven't, has, hasn't, have got to, don't have got to, don't, has, and doesn't have, and so on. So remember, if you want to comprehend this idea, there is 3 obligation models and modal expression: must, have to, have got to. And after you understand those 3, the others will be quite easy for you. All you need to do is to make exercises for yourself and check exercise. I really recommend you communicate with your instructor and ask him for exercises, and he will provide you with a lot. Yep. So, if you have any questions, guys, or anything you would like to say, we have 3 minutes. If you have anything you want to say, if you have any questions, or any part of the obligation models that you need to understand, anything, go ahead. Any questions? Thank you. Help me a lot. You're welcome, Miss Gulsafa. Absolutely welcome. Now remember, this video will always be in our YouTube channel. You can share it, you can like it, you can comment below if you would like to ask something. Yes, Miss Feyruza. Must to, there is not must to in the English language, because must is a modal. And when I say modal, just one word modal, like should, could, might, and stuff. Only one word. But modals of expressions, they can be 3. Have to, modal expression. Have got to, a modal expression. Yes. Absolutely welcome, Miss Asma. Absolutely welcome, Miss Zainab. Very nice, Miss Feyruza. Perfect. I'm glad to be in help. Absolutely welcome. I really want to thank each and every one of you. This lesson was very fun for me. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as me. I'm trying to make English as fun as possible, because as fun as it is, as easy as it becomes. Thank you, Miss Adanur. Much appreciated. So, again, if you have any questions whatsoever, check my videos. This video will be posted after 2 or 1 hour. Comment under the video anything you would ask, anything you would like. I will personally answer you from my YouTube channel. And yes. Yes, Miss Feyruza, go ahead, ask. There is actually a business English lesson by Mr. Lasha, I believe last week. It's there in our YouTube videos. Also, you can find it for finding a job and so on and so on. A business English. Yes. No, Miss Feyruza. Hopefully in the future. Mr. Lasha, the guy with the hat, if you check the videos, he made a video about business English, and you can check his video and everything. But for me, hopefully in the future, I can talk about business English, and I discuss what we really need concerning that matter. Yes, Miss Feiruz. Absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. I really recommend Mr. Lasha videos. They are also good. All of our instructors and teachers are excellent. Check the videos, please. Give them like. Share their videos. Comment below something nice for the teachers to read. Or any questions that you might have on your mind. Mr. Najat, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Najat. Well, it was very fun for me too. Very fun for me too. Thank you again. Please comment, like, and share if you are into this stuff. And follow our Instagram page, because all the news are there. Our teachers are there. Feel free to express your opinion or anything. Thank you so much again for your being in my lesson and for your answers. And this is for you. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate everything you've done. And remember, with practice, English becomes very smooth and very easy. Take care. Have a spectacular day. Bye. Bye, Mr. Merritt. Take care. Bye bye.